true for China is true for any country that's a foreign country to Americans. Learning the language is just like carrying gold with you. It's worth more than anything. You can speak just a little bit and things open up. It's the most important thing by far. And any time you spend learning, in this case some Chinese, and I'd recommend Mandarin, that it will help you. I have this book. This is an old book. It was given to me by someone who was a missionary there a long time ago. This book used to be very common in the United States. They're out of date now, but they have one for every language. But you get a book like this and learn basic things like how to get in a taxi, how to find a hotel, and you struggle with it at first. Using a tape is good. It's worthwhile because then you get the pronunciation right. Of course, if you have a tutor, that's ideal. And if you're a man, you want a woman tutor, right? If you're a woman, you want a man tutor. So you get through these basics, and it takes away your fear, and it opens up your communication and your ability to interact with people. It changes the world, absolutely. I've lived in 12 countries of the world, and I speak about 6 languages, and I can tell you the most important thing, by far, leave your money at home, take the language.
Now you teach at a university in China now.
Yes, yes.
What is one of the best experiences you've had?
Well, in the oral classes are a little more fun. And of course you want to get the students speaking and talking. They are reluctant to speak to you as a teacher or the instructor because they're so group oriented. They don't want to offend or embarrass their friends or use a teacher. So it's a challenge to get them to talk because they have to talk to improve their English. So I found that the best way is to get them to interact with each other using the language. Of course, I have to give them some guidance so they get talking. But I put together a program in my classes where they're giving different types of speeches. And the class before, I give them an outline of how they can speak. And then they have to come up with their speech, and then they talk. For example, giving a persuasive talk, giving a descriptive talk, talking about procedures. But the most fun was when they had to do a nationally live televised interview.
Oh.
And we had the microphone. Okay. And so they had kind of a script which I helped them with, a controversial script. In this particular case, the subject was marriage.
Okay.
So one was the interviewer with the microphone, and the other was the person. And how would you like to? Would you like to talk to our live television audience? And what do you think about marriage? Should a man have more than one wife? Should a woman have more than one husband? Should it be okay for a man to marry his pet? You know, all these things. And they just really get into it. And then for these students, there are three things very important to them inside, and you get to know what they are for all the students: job,
of course,
education, taking care of their parents. They have a wonderful culture when it comes to their family relationships.
And you find it's the same among cultures in China?
What?
It's the same among the different cultures?
I would say kind of like that, yeah. Throughout China, it's pretty much the same. They have this high regard for their family and their parents and their grandparents. Oh.
Unlike in the United States.
Well, I'm sorry. I get into it, but it is definitely something to see and experience. It happens all around you when you're there. You see these grandparents taking care of the children.
Awesome.
And the way these students revere their grandparents and their parents.
A lot of respect.
So, as I was getting to what I enjoyed was watching them do a job interview. So I set up a job interview situation. So one student was the interviewer, the other student was being interviewed. and I gave them a little script to help them get started. Oh, they really got it. It was really fun to see this. So I enjoyed that, and they're very appreciative if I edit their papers. They're a lot of work, but they're research papers. They need to be successful in their research. If they're in that field, they need to present papers like university professors have to write papers, and so often they need to put them into English. So they're pretty rough, and I edit them for them. Some are a lot of work, but it's really rewarding because they're very happy to have that done.
That's awesome.
So I do that too.
Thank you very much.
Oh.
Now, if you want to get a taxi, what would I say?
You have to learn the phrase that you want, where you want to go. And
Okay.
because when you open the taxi door, he's going to look at you, and that's what he wants to know, where you want to go. So you say, 我要去宾馆，我要去火车站, or I want to go to the hotel, or I want to go to the train station. So you learn those phrases. And if you learn those phrases, right away the taxi driver will calm down. But in spite of that, and I know you'll feel confident you know how to say it, it's a very good idea to have the card of the hotel or the place or something written in Chinese, and you show it to them, and they'll like that too. Oh, okay, I know it.
Thank you very much. And this is a pilot student right here.
Yeah. I'm going to maybe start training next week, next month. I don't know.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. We'll talk to you next time. Maybe we'll get the professor to teach us a little bit more Chinese.